Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. It is 1 minute to 9 o'clock, and we are into the second hour of news and views on Salam Media. And a quick reminder that this hour is brought to you by African Muslims Agency. And of course, we also need to remind you of our Fired Up series, which will be playing out a little later on with Hafiz Imran Chunaria, CEO of African Muslims Agency, and also personal coach and mentor. But we're moving along now, and we're going to cross over to our next guest, and that is Ramadan Ahmed Birima, editor of SudanHorizon.com, which is an English-speaking online publication. Ramadan is a journalist, political analyst, and conference interpreter of English Arabic. And we are now focusing on the story which and information that we have been given by the Yale University researchers. They are going on to say that the RSF is the Rapid Security Forces, of course, in Sudan, is burning and burying bodies near a university, mosque, and camp for the displaced people and hospital in Al-Fashar. And this is actually corroborated by satellite images revealing these mass graves. All of this more than 2.5 weeks after fully capturing Al-Fashar from the army. The RSF has continued to dispose of bodies in large numbers. A very horrifying story. Assalamu alaikum and welcome, Ramadan Ahmed Birima.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا with you and your viewers.
Shukran very much for being with us. And what more do you know about the information that has been shared by Yale University researchers? Up on my screen, I can see the satellite images depicting the mass graves as well. What are you seeing on the ground?
On the ground is something very horrible. This is what is reflected by the satellite images is just a tip of the iceberg, but the whole iceberg there in Al-Fashir is something that you cannot imagine. Until this moment, the horrible pictures that the world has seen are the pictures that are taken by the RSF elements by themselves. They took these pictures as a kind of, they're proud of what they're doing, and they show it off. It's like kind of show off, because killing, raping, looting, and all these kind of atrocities which they commit on regular basis, it is part of their culture, actually. These are not regular military groups, but these are, the Arab Bedouins. The Arab Bedouins that come from Chad, Niger, and West Africa. These are people who are nomads, and they have no kind of discipline at all. Even the leader himself, Hemeti, who is the leader of the RSF group, he cannot control them. So what you see is just a tip of the iceberg, and this is only the images that are either depicted by satellite images or satellite devices, or by the RSF themselves. They are taking pictures because of showing off. But the situation on the ground is extremely horrible. Just imagine now, at the moment while I'm talking to you now, thousands of people are walking a distance of more than 800 kilometers from Al-Fashir to Al-Dabba, which is the northern state. It is a long, long journey, and there's no place of water. It is desert. Just imagine people walking along this. It is something horrible. You can't imagine. Yes, sister.
Do you suppose that this is part of their strategy, the RSF, and they are also, apart from the horrific bombings that is being perpetrated on the Sudanese people, that they're also using this as a means of psychological warfare? These images going all around the world, and also to the Sudanese people themselves. Is it perhaps to break their very will and to make them give up and just, lay down arms and just give up, and for innocent civilians just to then surrender?
Oh, this question is very important. And the reason why they are doing all these atrocities, it is not about people giving up. What do you expect the civilians to give up for? The civilians are always there. And all what you need is just to open a safe corridors and let them go and look for safety. That's it. And they are not resistant. These are not resistant groups. So in answer to your question, the reason why they do all this kind of atrocities is to expel people from their homes, and they want to occupy these houses. These people, I think they come from, as I said, from West Africa. These are invaders. What Sudan is witnessing at the moment is a kind of aggression war. That aggression war has two elements into it. One is the element of United Arab Emirates, and the other element is the element of these Bedouin Janjaweed groups. Now, these Janjaweed groups, they don't have a home, and they're looking for a place to, they want to occupy the land of the indigenous people in Western Sudan so that they can take over that place. This is exactly the aim. The aim of the United Arab Emirates is to found a functional group that it would be able to utilize in order to exploit or put its hand on the resources of Sudan. So the two aims have converged. The aim of these Bedouins and the aim of the United Arab Emirates converge, and that's why we see these horrible attacks against civilians, because the aim is to chase the civilians away or to wipe them off. Imagine in Al-Fashir, after they opened the corridors for the civilians to come out, the moment they came out in their thousands, they opened fire at them. Many of them get killed. And just imagine 2,000 people being killed just overnight, one day of the fall of Al-Fashir. It's unfortunate. So this killing is not just to terrorize citizens, but also to occupy their lands, and that's the main aim. It's unfortunate that yes.
No, carry on.
Yes, it's unfortunate that the AU and South Africa, until this moment, they have not realized how dangerous this group is. Today, they are being done in Sudan. Tomorrow, they can be done in this same group can appear in Uganda, Kenya, or even South Africa. Just imagine the Buromach group being revived and funded to take over the government in South Africa. That does not only mean the coming back of apartheid, but also it means coming, removing all the benefits that people have reaped over the years after the freedom. It's very unfortunate. So that's why, AU and South Africa, given their influence in the continent, they have to make sure that this group are eliminated. I see that at the moment there is a talk about negotiations and that peaceful negotiations. It's like, people when they look at the situation in Sudan, they think like how normal rebellions appear in Africa. It is not like that. This is something completely different. This is a functional group that is being used to occupy the country, to occupy the land of the people, chase the people or kill them, wipe them off. So this is not the kind of people that you can sit with and talk to. While I'm talking to you now, they are continuing their attacks on cities like Babanusa, like Al Ubaid, and they are on the move. They haven't stopped to say, okay, now we are satisfied with what we have occupied so far. Let's negotiate. This is only done by a rebel group that has its own objectives and normally valuable objectives that you can agree to. But these people, they have nothing other than occupying other people's land and taking it over.
Exactly the situation that's playing out in Palestine is actually being replicated in Sudan. Absolutely no different at all. And our heart absolutely breaks for the Sudanese people and, of course, the Palestinians. And yes, what is happening in Sudan as well is a replication of a genocide being carried out on the Sudanese people. What are the other world leaders saying? And I know that you keep referring to the AU and South Africa. Do you believe that the AU and South Africa would be able to turn the tide for the situation playing out in Sudan?
Yes, I think South Africa and the AU can do something about what's going on if they realized the amount of danger these groups got at the moment. But I think until this moment, South Africa and AU are listening more to the United Arab Emirates. Hello?
I'm here.
Yes, they are listening more to the United Arab Emirates and more than they listen to the facts on the ground. And until the time they realize how dangerous these Janjaweed groups are, I hope it's not too late.
Inshallah, we do hope.
Yeah, what South Africa and AU can do is just to tell the United Arab Emirates that you will sacrifice your investments in Africa if you have to use your money for regime change in Africa. This is not acceptable. So this is the message that the Africans must get across to the United Arab Emirates.
Inshallah, and that's where we leave it. Ramadan Ahmed Birima, editor of SudanHorizon.com, an English-speaking online publication. You are, of course, a journalist, political analyst, and conference interpreter of English-Arabic. We do value your time on the show this morning and ongoing du'as for the situation to stabilize in Sudan. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for hosting me.
The kitchen.